When I was a child, they sensed there was something wrong because they could hear this strong noise coming from my chest. I remember the day of the operation in the operating room, and I looked up and it was all these men looking down. There was students, and I remember the nurses and the anesthesiologist. And then the next thing you know, when I woke up, I was in a crib.
And I said, Dr. Blaylock, I stand in awe and admiration of your surgical skill. But the really great day will come when you build me a ductus for a cyanotic child, and not when you close a ductus for a child who had a little too much blood going to the lung. And he gave a sigh. He really thought he'd done something. Then he said to me, when that day comes, this will seem like child's play.
In 1955, this 7-year-old girl was carried into the heart hospital by her parents for intracardiac correction of the tetralogy of Fallot defects.
And the revelation that open heart surgery could be carried out with a few lengths of plastic tubing, some clamps, and some oxygen had an explosive effect on the growth of open heart surgery worldwide.
Prior to the development of this technique by Dr. Rashkin and his associate, Dr. William Miller, dangerous heart surgery was the only course available for the 3,000 to 4,000 babies born each year in the U.S. with this defect.
Now that's the balloon being inflated in the left auricle. Now that's maximum inflation, and I'm going to pull it back into the right auricle now. And you see that was the world's fastest operation.
Megan Adams Roswick was born with half a heart. Without medical intervention, the condition is 100% fatal.
Also had a baby born with half a heart faces a 100% chance of death.
Given no chance to live, but here is a phenomenal story.
It's a matter of life or death for some. At least it was for Megan Roswick.
He said that this is the single worst defect that a child can be born with.
If you imagine that this truly is just abnormal plumbing, then we've got a structural problem, and structural problems lend themselves to structural solutions, reorganizing the plumber. So the people that reorganize structure generally are surgeons.
And then, of course, Bill did fantastic stuff. It was tough because he did not have that enthusiastic following by the cardiologists, to put it mildly, for that thing about the hypoplasty. And it was tough, and he fought it through. And he had different, there were different approaches. Initially, they didn't work out and so on, but finally he succeeded.
Good evening, everyone. A 14-day-old baby girl is fighting for her life tonight after receiving the heart of an infant baboon.
It has never been done before, not successfully, and not on a patient so small.
Doctors praised the so far successful transplanting of a baboon heart into the body of a baby girl who was certain to die.
My options that were given to me were, you can leave her here and let her die, you can take her to Barstow Hospital and let her die, or you can take her home and let her die.
I became deeply impressed with the fact that we'd seen a number of babies with incurable heart disease, incorrectable heart disease, babies in whom you could only experiment surgically with. And it impressed me that what those babies needed really was heart replacement.
I think baby Faye's legacy has to do with the hundreds of babies that are now alive who would not be on our planet without her experience.
Dear America, you're the kind of place where people don't just think big, they think possible.
Dear America, from your mountain peaks, 6-inch heels, 20-foot waves, uninhibited style, unabashed enthusiasm, original ideas, living in the pages of your literary heroes, of your celluloid dreams, from the high life to let's get lost. It's possible. Sometimes all in the same day.
Dear America, you are a nation where anything is possible, so everything is possible. From redwoods to Hollywood, rodeos to Rodeo Drive, burgers for lunch, 12 courses for dinner. I can feel like a rocket scientist or a rock star.
Dear America, you're a place where nothing is too new, too challenging, too far away, too far-fetched to actually happen.
Where differences in ideas and opinions and the unheard of are not only welcome, it's where they come to be possible.
Dear America, you're a place where everyone is encouraged to laugh at themselves, to laugh out loud.
Where everyone belongs.
Dear America, I feel welcome and inspired every time I visit.
By a culture,
a place,
a state of mind of awesome possibilities.
That's why you, USA, by nature, opens me up to possibilities within myself. Sinceramente, João.
Sincerely, Victoria.
Auf richtig, Klaus.
Namaste, Sanjeev.
Share, May.
A bientôt, Christine.
Welcome to Washington, D.C., the gateway to American history, culture, and thought. A place where you can explore and discover a whole new world. A place where you can walk through some of the world's best museums, galleries, and the National Zoo at no cost at all. It's a city that welcomes all, from across the Potomac River to far-off lands. There are nearly 30,000 comfortable hotel rooms in D.C., many near our convention center, museums, and monuments. And with 3 nearby airports and a bustling train station, it's easy to get here. And it's also easy to get around thanks to the Metro Rail system, circulator buses, and a bike share program. More than a capital city, it's the heartbeat of America. Walk in the footsteps of history. Take a run through Rock Creek Park. Experience character-rich neighborhoods. Our city markets are some of the best. Discover all kinds of new delights. Taste the flavors of a world-class dining scene, from celebrity chef-run restaurants to delis, diners, food trucks, and everything in between. Washington has an adventure for everyone, from the young and curious to the cultured and experienced. Once you arrive, get lost in it. Get lost in the moment. A city full of history and surprises that you won't forget anytime soon. Washington, D.C.